They're not just threatening them and doxing them, they're ambushing them. They're threatening their families. They're talking about kidnapping their families. They're, going after their colleagues. It's extremely dangerous, and the rhetoric has to stop.
That was Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. She was on Fox and Friends earlier today, and she was sounding the alarm on dangers facing ICE officers. And this comes amid ramped-up resistance, some of it violent and potentially deadly. So here you're watching video that shows intense clashes earlier this week in San Francisco. ICE posting about it, saying this behavior is not protesting. Todd Lyons is acting ICE director. Something that Karen Bass, the mayor of LA, just said caught my attention when she said, "How do we know that this is an arrest and not a kidnapping?" I'll turn it over to you. How would she know?
Well, I mean, Dana, you can see from all the video too, right? They say that ICE agents, they're not properly marked. You see them in their tactical gear, in their vest, where you blatantly see FBI, ATF, ICE, HSI, ERO, whoever's out with us. So the mayor's claims are just totally false. And what she's doing is making people afraid of us. If LA wasn't a sanctuary city, we wouldn't have to go on the streets. If they turned these criminals over to us in a secure setting, we would not be out there. So what the mayor is doing is she's stoking the flames of this, and she's the one that's making it worse than what it really is.
I want to show you this graphic. The increase in attacks against ICE agents is up 690% from a year ago, from 10 in 2024 to 79 so far this year in 2025. When it comes to masks, would you describe them as more of a need than a want?
I would say that, Dana. If you like we have talked before, if you looked at the beginning of this administration, you looked even in December, November of last year, we weren't wearing masks. ICE agents weren't wearing masks because they weren't afraid of their information being doxxed, their photos taken, addresses posted. But as you've seen the steady increase of when we started doing our law enforcement mission, that's when you saw, these left-wing activists, these groups start posting the names, faces of ICE agents, officers, and their families. So while I'm not a fan of the masks, I think we could do a better, but we need to protect our agents and officers, and I fully support them in that. I say it's a need because they need to protect their families. They need to go home safe at night. And if you just look at the ambush in Texas just recently, that's a pure sign right there that this rhetoric is really stepping up the violence, and it's getting worse.
Well, let's talk about some of the Democrats who have talked about this. Watch.
First of all, the importance and the urgency because of not just fear, Jen, but actual terror that people are feeling, not just in Los Angeles, but especially in Los Angeles, because that's clearly Donald Trump's target right now.